Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a home game against Barnet followed by an away game against promotion chasing Barrow. As you can see, we're really struggling again for form, and we are sat in 23rd place, and I am actually one of the favourites to be sacked at the moment in this division. As you can see from our recent run of games, we had that decent run of winning matches, and then since then, we've really struggled, and we've ended up going to a 4-3-3 gegenpress system last time out against Filed, and we managed to turn out a good result. We managed to get a good 3-1 win. I'm hoping for more of the same today. Barnet are just above us in the league table. A win against them is vital at this point, and I'm hopeful that we can push on and get a good result against Barrow as well. But obviously, they are chasing promotion, so hopefully we won't get too embarrassed in that game. But as you can see, goals are one of the main things that have been hard to come by. All three of our strikers are struggling for form. And as such, we've not actually had a striker score in our last 6 matches. The previous one was the FA Cup game in which Callum Marshall scored in. But in terms of our strikers, we're really struggling for form. Lee Higgs hasn't scored a goal all season, so we're potentially good. Oh yes, he has. Sorry, he scored one against Eastleigh earlier in the campaign, but other than that, we've really struggled with him. And hopefully, we can do what we did in the last game. We played a lot better, and we looked a lot better going forward, despite the fact our strikers didn't score. But hopefully today we can continue from that win against Filed and get another win on the board, and hopefully just push ourselves up the table slightly. We are in a position where we can go up a place um, if we win this game, but it could be a little while before we try and get out of that relegation zone. It's been a very tough time, and hopefully we can uh, just move forward a little bit. I have looked in the job centre in game as well. There are a few jobs going at League One teams at the moment, so there is a potential that we could move into a better job after Cheshunt anyway, should we get sacked, of course. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes, and hopefully we won't be done with them just yet, and we will move on when we are ready rather than be forced into a change. So here we go for the game against Barnet. We've got Akers, Taiwo, Hanks, Okocha and Powell, Maroney, Hamilton, and I can't remember the other, and Barnes, with Marcel out wide with I can't remember who it was now, and we have Marshall up front. Clark is the other winger, sorry, and Clark scored his first goal in that game against Fowl as well. He's probably our best midfield player and attacking winger, and he's only just scored his first goal for the club in that last game, so he has struggled as well in terms of form. Here's Pugh into De Havilland, trying to move it inside to Iopenda. Now Pugh again, good challenge by Barnes, and the strike is from Omilabu, and it's hit the woodwork, but Akers manages to get onto it at the second time of asking, and it remains 0-0. Just the one, they've actually had a shot on target now, Barnet. We're not looking like we're doing anything going forward. And we are playing more aggressive football now, and it will tire the players out, but hopefully we will be a little bit more creative, to be quite honest. The Tiki-Taka lasted well for 4 games, and then the 4 games after we didn't score a goal, so that's why I've made the tactical change again. And like I say, it worked in the last game, but we'll have to see if we can push on from there. And at half time, it's been quite a poor game so far. Half time 0-0. Neither side really doing a lot, and I'll let the lads know that it's not good enough really from our point of view. And in terms of the league table, as you can see, we're sat on 16 points. A win today would take us ahead of Barnet, but we are still 2, 3, 4 points away from being outside of that bottom four. But it's all dependent on getting match results, which is something we haven't had. But as you can see, strikers again, Callum Marshall, he's a good striker, but he's on a 6.1 here, and he's just not. It's just not clicking for him at the moment. He really is struggling for form. But I'd say Taiwo has got a bit of space on this right hand side if he can get the cross in, and it has actually fallen to Callum Marshall. And just as I was just about to have a bit of a go at him because of his poor form, he has managed to come up with a goal here. We've finally got a goal from one of our strikers. It's a massive moment for us, really, and hopefully, in terms of moving forward, we can get our strikers to play themselves into a bit of form. As you can see, defensively, we've looked a lot better today. Good ratings across, but we are struggling for fitness. And we need options in central midfield, but again, we've got no money, so we're going to have to struggle away. Unfortunately, if this is a system that turns out to work, we are going to have to play it, and the players are just going to have to be tired, unfortunately, and we'll have to see how we get on. I'll say Taiwo. It's a good-looking ball in, and Clark was there. He's hit the woodwork. He's got the rebound. It was saved, and then Marshall managed to put it in. It's 2-0, and for the first time this season, we're going to have a win on camera. How delightful is this going to be? Here's Boniface. Back to Collins. Looking forward to Payne, who nods it on well to Hall here. And Hall finishes well. Rob Hall with a very good finish. Akers didn't look like he was going to make any attempt to save that, really. It's 2-1. And perhaps I spoke too soon about getting a win under our belts. I was going to make some changes, but I realised how late in the game it actually is. As you can see, this game press style really does rinse the players for their fitness. And with 5 minutes added time, can we hold on here? Here's Kanu moving forward. Still going here, Kanu, and his strike is quite a way wide, fortunately for us. And hopefully we will hold on for this 2-1 victory. It's a big victory for us. We're still in that bottom four, but an improvement in form would help, certainly, for my job aspirations at the moment. Here's Otse Taiwo. Moving down the right hand side, can he get the cross in? He's just holding on to it. Alidor Hamilton does get the cross in, and Barnes was free in the penalty area. Mikael Barnes with his first goal of the season. It's 3-1 and consecutive 3-1 victories, and we are looking a lot better all of a sudden. Yes, it's tiring the players out, but the fact that we're scoring goals is a relief, to be quite honest, considering the form that we have been in. Marcel didn't have a good game, only a 6.1 rating for him, but for the rest of the team overall, it's worked out quite well. Quite impressive overall, really, with the performance. It came out for us well in the end. But yeah, Marcel with the yellow card. He scored a brilliant goal, by the way, in that game against Fylde, Marcel, which is why he's maintained his position today. But Kamani Ryan will probably be back for that next game against Barrow anyway. But that is a good performance overall. We've got Taiwo, Hanks, Powell, Alidor Hamilton, Barnes, Clark and Marshall all rating above a 7, so that has worked out really well for us, and with that victory we are still sat in the bottom 4, but we're in 22nd place now, and we're playing ourselves into a little bit of form. 2 good wins, and hopefully we can continue for this tough game coming up against Barrow. We're 2 points behind Southend, who have just sacked their manager, Eastleigh and Dorking, so a win could see us go out of that bottom 4 depending on how other results go. We have actually got a full week before the game against Barrow, so what I'm going to do, I'll get through that one off camera, and we will come back for that Barrow game, and hopefully we can get another decent result as we move forward. Okay guys, here we go for the away game against Barrow. There's no fresh injury concerns for this game. However, Tommy Lee Higgs, because of his poor form, he hasn't been playing, and likewise with Harvey Cadwell, and both of them are now transfer listed. They wanted to be playing more regularly. We've decided to try and sell them. If we can get money for them, it'll all be profit. Every signing we make is a free transfer, and to be quite honest, money coming into the club is very important at this stage. We are rotating quite a bit for this game as well. Hopefully we can just bring things together once again and keep things fresh. But it is going to be a much tougher game today against a team in Barrow that are looking at the playoffs at the moment. We've gone for Cooper and goal ahead of Akers today, with Taiwo, Okocha, Forbes and Powell at the back, Maroney, Alidor Hamilton and Barnes in midfield, with Ryan, Clark and Marshall as our front three. So with Marshall scoring a couple of goals last time out, I'm hopeful that he can continue his run of form and get us another goal today. In doing so, he will become our top goal scorer this season as well. Ali Hayder hasn't scored for quite a number of matches either, and he's still currently level with Callum Marshall's top scorer, despite Marshall's couple of goals recently. Jack Clark here with a delivery into the penalty area. Norris does well to make the claim. Marshall was lurking just a bit beyond him at the far post, but it remains 0-0 with that opening opportunity. A delivery forward from the goalkeeper didn't really show much for Barrow there, and Powell in the end knocks it back to Noah Cooper, who smashes it forward, and Elidor Hamilton's got onto it and lofted it over the top, and Callum Marshall has got in, and Callum Marshall has scored. It's 1-0 here against the playoff hopefuls Barrow, and that is a really, really positive move. That Elidor Hamilton just broke straight forward from midfield, managed to win the ball and play it first time for Callum Marshall, who slotted it past the keeper who couldn't set himself. It's a 1-goal lead here away from home. And as things stand, we are level on points with Eastleigh and Dorking. As things stand, of course. So, I mean, results can change. They are currently level in their matches. Kay here with a free kick for Barrow, and it's hit the woodwork. Elidor Hamilton and Powell managing to get it away between them just about. And it remains 1-0, but that was a very good opportunity for the opposition. And they have a set piece here with Gotts as it goes into the penalty area. It's well cleared away, and Kay gets onto it at the far post, smashes it against Barnes, but it's a good block from him. It remains 1-0, but it's another set piece to be whipped in by Gotts. In it comes from Barrow. It's headed away once again. Clark struggling to beat Williams to it, but Williams overhit the pass, and it's out for a throw. And the chance is done for Barrow. Certainly a positive start getting that early goal for us. It's certainly something that we can hold on to as well. And Powell here with a throw in into Forbes. Now Powell again. Now Barnes. Holds on to it well. Looks over the top here. Marshall was there. It just went over him and not quite far enough for Ryan. But Tywell finds Ryan, and that is a thunderous strike. In off the underside of the crossbar and into the side of the net. What an effort from Kamani Ryan. Absolutely phenomenal finish there. It's 2-0 now. And it certainly seems that we found a system that works a little bit better for us. I mean, the tiki-taka worked for a few games, so I'm not going to jump to conclusions just yet. Yeah, the tiki-taka, we won 4 games on the bounce. And we've changed to the gegenpress, and at the moment we're looking like we could win 3 games on the bounce. So we're not too far off that winning stature at the moment, but we'll have to see how we get on in the second half. We don't want any complacency. We've had 2 good chances and converting them both. So we've got to be on point in this second half. If Barrow get an opportunity, they could well score it, and then the game is back on again. 2-0 is a very dangerous lead to have. All it takes is one more goal for us, and we secure the game, but a goal for them, and they're right back in it. So we've got to be on point, and as things stand, we are out of the relegation zone, which is a huge achievement considering how we've been playing throughout the campaign. But hopefully we have found something that works a little bit for us. We have got the quality in some of the players, so hopefully it's enough to carry us through here. And here is an opportunity maybe for Barrow. Ray looks over the top, but Powell gets there ahead of Crossaldair and manages to clear, but it's only as far as Davis. Elidor Hamilton couldn't win it. What a tackle from Otse Taiwo there. It's Shannon now. Now Oakley. Clark gets in onto it. Good pressing from him to win possession, and he clears it looking for Elidor Hamilton, but Bro gets in onto it. He looks forward now. Otsi Taiwo away again. Elidor Hamilton finds Kamani Ryan. Perhaps we are getting the opportunity here. It didn't look like we would, but Kamani Ryan plays the pass into Clark here. Is this for 3-0? Norris has spilt it. It is 3-0. Jack Clark scores again. 3-0 here, and the keeper with a big error there, but all of a sudden we're scoring goals. It's so refreshing after the tough spell that we've had this season in this new league, of course, after promotion. Forbes wins the header there, and here's Gotts again. Oakley moving down this right hand side for Barrow, plays it in. Forbes manages to get it away, and Shannon gets onto it. Into Oakley again down that right hand side, plays it into Gotts. Back out wide again to Oakley. That's a really well worked move. And what a save from Cooper and Stevens. And it was actually offside, but Noah Cooper with a brilliant save there. We are going to pause it there for a minute. We've got 15 minutes left. And again, defensively, we've done superbly today, but we are looking tired. And I think what it's going to be, Ezra Nolim's going to come on at left back, and we're going to bring Hanks on at right back. Our fullbacks have had really good games today, but we need to keep them sharp because they are the main fullbacks at the club. We can't really replace them at the moment. Callum Marshall's had a good game along with the wingers, but I'm going to give Ali Hayder an opportunity up front. Taizo Marcel, after that poor performance last time out, we're just going to leave him on the bench for today's game. The 3 subs are made now anyway, and hopefully the fresh legs at fullback will just push the game along. And if we can keep a clean sheet, that is a massive bonus. It'll be the second clean sheet of maybe the third of the campaign, so we've not done too well, but hopefully in this game we might get a clean sheet. Here's Maroney into Barnes, into Alador Hamilton, just keeps onto it. Now Maroney, Alador Hamilton, what a strike that was. It's only just wide of the post. It remains 3-0, and it looks like we are going to be able to see this game out. I am a bit concerned when it comes to playing midweek fixtures, of course. There's not a lot of games in this league. If we come to midweek fixtures, the midfield might struggle. But we've done really well there. 2 wins here in this episode. Really positive. And to beat a side of Barrow's quality, who are doing really well this season, I'm really pleased with that. And it is showing signs of improvement now. Hopefully we can push on and get a few more good results along the way. Again, really good performances defensively and at a front three, but this gegenpress certainly seems to be working for us, albeit it is tiring the players out a bit more. But if it's a system that's working, then hopefully we can just continue in that manner, and we'll have to just sacrifice the players being tired a bit. Of course, at this level, you can only make 3 substitutions as well, so that is another thing to be considering. Well, there it is, confirmation. We're outside of the relegation zone, and we've actually got a game in hand over 2 of the sides as well. And we've got a game in hand over 1 or 2 of the sides above us as well. And with these wins that we've had recently, our goal difference has improved drastically as well. So we're in a position where we could start moving up the table a little bit. But, I mean, it's still very, very close. I mean, Eastleigh, who are 2 places behind us, they're sat on 20 points. There's only 6 points between them and 12th place. So it's a very, very close league table. And if we get 5, 6 wins on the bounce, we're looking at playoffs. This is how close it is at the moment, and we've just got to try and maintain a little bit of form. It's been a very difficult campaign so far, but we finally seem to have found something that works in our favour. Like I said, the tiki-taka did work, but we still didn't look massively good going forward, whereas this gegenpress, we've scored 3 goals in each of our last 3 matches, so it's certainly a positive sign. And Callum Marshall, of course, getting back on the score sheet again in matches, really vital for us. It means that we've actually got a goal scoring striker at the moment, which is a huge relief. And, well, Birmingham City. We're being linked with the Birmingham City job. They're currently sat at the bottom of the championship. I mean, that could be a job. Oh, my word. They've. Oh, right, I see. They went into administration and were deducted 12 points. So they're actually currently sat bottom of the league with just 1 point. I mean, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? I mean, if I'm being linked with a job like that, I'll be honest, I'd have to take it regardless of the circumstances. They've got some very good young midfield players there. We were actually looking at potentially going to Birmingham City last time out, and in the end it didn't work out before the start of this season. But they've got some really good young players. I mean, 1 or 2 of them are loaned out. I mean, why they've loaned Chong out, I'm not entirely sure. He's a very good player that could do well for them, but they have got some very good players, especially youngsters. I mean, Daniel Fisher's in there, Charlie Ganley. They're decent youngsters, but at that level, they need to be a lot better than that. Again, it's a consideration. We'll have to look at it. And of course, Jude Bellingham's younger brother, Job Bellingham, is at Birmingham still there as well. So there's certainly interest from my point of view in that job, but we'll have to wait and see if anything comes up, because they did reject the they they offered the job last time out for the interview, and yeah, it could be a job that we end up doing, but we'll have to wait and see in the meantime. And we will move on to the next episode, which will probably be Southend. I think we'll do Spennymoor at home in the FA Trophy. It's quite a close run thing, but we played Southport on an episode last time out. Unless, what I might do actually is, let's have a look, see. Yeah, I think what I'll actually do, I'll get through all of December, and then we'll probably come back for Hartlepool and Altrincham in the league, and we'll see where we end up after those 6 matches, and hopefully we'll be in a better league position. And who knows, before we get to that point, we might even have a new club, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Well, until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. Hopefully we can continue this good form. And this is Big Will, signing away.